you're MP for Odessa, which is highly important at this moment because last Friday we saw agreement between United Nations, Turkey, and Russia, United Nations, Ukraine, and Turkey about the wheat exports from Ukraine, from Odessa and other cities to the world markets. But that agreement was endangered just hours after that when Russians started targeting Odessa port. So can you tell us now what's the situation in Odessa and will this agreement hold up?
Ukraine is ready to continue this agreement and to make it real, finally to send Ukrainian grain to the world food market to save millions of people from starvation. We're speaking about, first of all, North Africa, Middle East, and in general, stabilize prices on food throughout the whole planet. We are ready. But yes, Putin is doing everything he can to disrupt this agreement, to destroy it. For this, he attacked Odessa port, yes, just hours after signing. Once again, he showed to the world that Russia does not respect any agreements signed, nothing, absolutely. So, and he didn't want this agreement to be realized because he wants as much chaos in the world as possible. He wants rising of food prices. He wants social unrest in the countries. He wants millions of refugees crossing the Mediterranean. That's all in his interest. He was made to go on this agreement because militarily he received big losses in the Black Sea. He lost Snake Island in the Black Sea. Ukraine liberated it. He lost big part of his Black Sea fleet. So he's not, in reality, he does not have a capacity to hold on this blockade. And he was afraid to be tried about his real possibilities. Also, he's trying to play the games with the countries of Global South, which are dependent from this grain, and he doesn't want to be the one who is responsible for disaster in these countries. Taking all of this into consideration, he decided to sign the deal, but in the same moment to do everything he can to decrease number of grain which will go from Odessa. And this attack was just sure signal of this. First of all, he targeted the port itself. So from 4 missiles, 2 were intercepted, fortunately. So, and 2 made not some big damage in Odessa port. So we are able to technically to operate the port. But this night and morning, he again attacked Odessa. All these attacks are making for ship owners, insurance companies, and first of all, for crew of the ships, it is like risky to go to Odessa, and Putin is definitely doing it consciously to raise the risks. So that's what he is doing.
Oleksiy, important element here is that you said that Ukrainian forces have made big gains on the south, especially now they're hitting Kherson Oblast. But also Ukrainians have protected Odessa for these 6 months. And now we are seeing that the HIMARS are arriving and then they're making a big change on the field. Former President Poroshenko called via CNN, international community, especially Americans, to continue delivering HIMARS and also other equipment. How important is that equipment now in this moment when Ukrainian forces are going to the counteroffensive on the south?
Last week, I also spent in the United States. I was testifying before the Congress Helsinki Commission, and also we're speaking about the weaponry that is important, and they are really making difference. We are very thankful for all support we are receiving, but we need more. And we are speaking about it openly, and that is the best option for the whole world. I mean, every war has 3 results. One is win of one side, the second of another, and the third is a stalemate. So all of us, maybe even people who don't care about Ukraine somewhere far away, And but they don't need this war, because this war has consequences in food prices, in energy prices, in other crises which are on the place. So we all want this war to stop, but does it mean Russian victory possible, the end of the war? Absolutely not. Russia is saying absolutely openly that they're going to continue, they're going to attack Poland, Romania, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Georgia, Moldova, and other countries. So they're clear about their intentions. Stalemate, second option, second scenario. It's just worsening of everything every day. We are somewhere now near this scenario, near stalemate scenario. And the third, the best one scenario, is victory of Ukraine, because that is a way back to normality. That is coming back to international order with respect to international law. So the whole free world should do everything possible and as soon as possible to achieve Ukrainian victory as soon as possible. That is the only way. And for this, we need weaponry.
Alex, Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov, in May have said that Russia doesn't want to remove President Zelensky from power, but just over 24 hours, he says that the goal is to remove President Zelensky from power and to liberate Ukraine from, as he said, neo-Nazis and thugs. What is your comment on that?
No comments. It's just real Nazis today are Russians. Unfortunately, they are neo-Nazi state, neo-fascists. That is like a completely clear designation of who they are. They're committing genocide in Ukraine. Number of parliaments already agreed with this. It's Ukraine for sure, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Poland. There is bill about recognition of what's going on in Ukraine as genocide in American Congress, both in the House and in the Senate. So that is clear who are the Nazis. And all these words of Lavrov, they're like pitiful attempt to justify the awful war, imperialistic war, colonial war, which they started in Ukraine, against Ukraine. So, and in general, I just can give a piece of advice to you and your viewers and listeners. Don't listen to them. There is no sense to listen to them. They today say one thing, tomorrow another. They signed the deal and in hours attack. So it's no sense to listen to them. Just watch what they are doing.
Also, another element which is in a close connection with Bosnia and Herzegovina are war crimes. We know that investigations are ongoing, that you have a support from international community, but still there is no resolution where those who are perpetrators of crimes will be prosecuted. What is your opinion? Should that be ICC or ad hoc tribunal as it was formed for former Yugoslavia, especially for Bosnia and Herzegovina?
I think that ad hoc tribunal is more real, because everything which is connected to United Nations can be blocked by Russia in the Security Council. So probably ad hoc tribunal, like it was decided by also Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, which I'm a member of, which addressed about it all names, so 46 states which are members. So I think this is the best option. But definitely we need this tribunal, not only for justice in Ukraine and for Ukrainians, but to prevent such things in future.
Do you believe that they might try to destabilize any of your neighboring countries which are members of NATO at this moment, especially on the eastern flank, but also how you judge role of Turkey in all of this, because they are playing, I would say, a flip-flop game. One day they are supporting you, another day they are supporting Russia and cooperating with them, and President Erdogan will travel to meet with Putin in Sochi on August 5th.
I think we can say that we should be open that many leaders in the world and countries in the world, first of all, work in favor of their interests, not in favor of some principles, but in favor of interests. We are thankful to Turkey for Bayraktars, which Ukraine is successfully using. We are thankful to Turkey for Montreal Convention, which they started after Russian invasion, which prevented the income of Russian other military ships to Black Sea, which was important for us. But yes, would I want to see like a more direct policy of Turkey to Russia? Yes, but we have what we have. We are thankful for support we are receiving, and I think in general Turkey is interested in at least weakening of this Russian empire. That is why I think in general we are on the same side and in the same boat.
Alex, I know that you're a medic, and I saw you in your previous interviews in uniform of Ukrainian army. You were on the front lines. How that experience affected you and your family? But also I know that you're working with the young people in Ukraine. How this war is impacting them?
Yeah, first 3 weeks after invasion, I joined territorial defense of Kiev. And I did what I can there. But after this, I'm certainly a civilian person. I've never been in military, so I decided that I'm better with a selfie stick to make videos than with the rifle. And I came back to my parliamentarian duties, and parliament restarted the work, and Russians were kicked off from Kiev. But that moment, from me, it was more moral act. To show our citizens that we all are together, that in the moment when our capital is endangered, we all are taking weapons to our hands and doing our best, no matter who we are. Because in territorial defense of Kiev, there were belly dancers, even lady belly dancer. And there were IT designers, IT specialists, designers, I don't know, professors, and also members of the parliament, and I was one of them. And did he change me? Yes, certainly. When you understand that when you realize that there are things for which you can sacrifice your life, I think that is important, and that makes you stronger in the future. And wiser, I think. So that I don't wish nobody this experience, but for me it was definitely useful. Speaking about young people, yeah, I have a network of centers. They're called Goncharenko centers throughout the whole country. We're working with the youth, with children and adults and teenagers for quite some time. And after invasion, we also see this rise of patriotism, of moral from the people. Ukrainians have changed. That I can tell you for sure. That's another country. That's another nation than it was before February 24. And this nation is stronger, more straightforward. And after our victory in the war, in which I don't have any doubts, Ukraine will play one of the key roles on the continent.
And let me ask you for the end of this interview one question about one victory which you already achieved, but due to the war, that victory will not be celebrated in Ukraine, and that's a Eurosong which will be held in United Kingdom.
Eurovision, yeah.
Eurovision. They will be substitute for Kyiv. What do you expect from them? Do you expect that they're going to be a good host and a good replacement for Ukraine, because we know that they helped you so much since the start of the war?
Yeah, first of all, definitely I would like to see Eurovision in Ukraine, and not in just some city, but in Yalta, in Crimea, or in Mariupol. That would be the best. And I'm sure that day will come. But I'm not sure that next year. So I understand the reasons why this decision was made. And in this case, the United Kingdom is the best option for us, because really, first of all, they took the second place, so which is fair. But also, yeah, because the United Kingdom showed leadership, especially under Boris Johnson leadership, showed leadership in support of Ukraine, and we are very thankful for this to the UK. So we are sure that Eurovision Song Contest is in good hands, and we are absolutely sure that one day it will happen in Ukraine, in Mariupol, in Kharkiv, in Odessa. I don't know, in one of these cities, but definitely this day will come.
Soccer is another very important sport for your country and our country. Should we see Ukraine soon on one big tournament to present or represent the free world at this moment?
Yeah, also sure about this. Our last attempt was not so successful, but we did our best, our team. So I believe also in football future of Ukraine, and let the strongest win.
Alex, thank you so very much for your time and
thank
for
you
this
very
interview.
much. Thank you.